Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. Of course, this week we've been covering the Russia-Ukraine story, which has dominated the headline news. But there are a lot of other problems going on in America, and you know our mantra is Save America, kill the bill. Save America, kill inflation. Save America, end the fossil fuel jihad. Save America, close the border. Save America, let the parents run their kids' schools. Save America, stop the woke critical race theory. Save America, back the cops. Save America, end the mandates. Save America, and protect our national security. By the way, according to the latest Gallup poll, one guy who's not saving America is President Joe Biden. Only 41% approve of his job performance and only 40% of his foreign policy, and that drops to 36% on the Russian problem. By the way, on the economy, Mr. Biden has a 37% approval and a 62% disapproval rating. That's a new low for him on the economy. Now, I'm always the optimist because I think the cavalry's coming to save America. But we do have to wait until November. In the meantime, we've got a lot of serious problems to deal with here at home, and we must not let the Putin-Ukraine story obscure that fact. So, I noticed that CBS News came out yesterday and blamed inflation on the Ukraine crisis. Now, this is fake news from a dumb network because the invasion was Monday, or even if it was just a minor incursion. The inflation has been skyrocketing for more than a year. In fact, at the very end of Donald Trump's administration, the 12-month change in the consumer price index was 1.4%. That was the 12-month change through December. Now, this year, through January, the 12-month change is 7.5%. Incidentally, wholesale prices are up nearly 10% over the year, and import prices up nearly 11%. This is not because of Ukraine. Also, even in respect to oil, which is quite sensitive to the Ukraine-Russian story, the bounce in both crude oil and gasoline at the pump started way before Monday. According to AAA, the national average for gasoline today is $3.54. A year ago, it was $2.65, so we're up 34%. Crude oil, $92 today. A year ago, $63. That's a 45% increase. These are year-ago comparisons, not just since Monday's Russian invasion. The root cause of Joe Biden's inflation problem is massive federal overspending and Federal Reserve money printing. No question energy prices play a big role in the inflation jump, but the price hikes are everywhere throughout the economy. And as Milton Friedman taught us, inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon. That is, in shorthand, too much money chasing too few goods. Now, over the past 2 years, federal spending has increased by roughly $6 trillion. This, of course, has been financed through deficit spending, and the great enabler and accommodator of that deficit spending is our central bank. Their balance sheet increased by just over $6 trillion. Basically, the Treasury sells bonds to finance the spending, and the Fed buys the bonds in the secondary market, and they pay for it with new bank reserve money created out of thin air. All those Fed purchases have supported a $4.7 trillion increase in the M2 money supply. So this nexus of deficit spending and money creation is the true cause of inflation. It's not the Russian invasion of Ukraine. By the way, one indicator that's still way too much inflationary money is the continued rise in broad commodity indexes. On the full screen, you can see the continued rise in the CRB spot commodity index, which shows, by the way, even up to today, neither the federal government nor the Federal Reserve have done anything yet to curb inflation. Now, in good faith, I'm more than happy to send this inflation analysis to CBS News. I just need a key contact from them. Happy to oblige. But again, we got so many problems facing America. The catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan, the botched diplomacy with Ukraine, the jihad against fossil fuels, over 2 million illegals crossing the southern border, tragic increases in crime and homicides, failure to support the cops, continued repressive mandates, the parents' ongoing battles with teachers' unions and boards of education to keep woke CRT out of the schools, to name a few problems. But here's the really good news. I believe there's a populist revolt going on throughout this country, not unlike the Tea Party of 2009. To some extent, it is symbolized by the truckers' freedom convoys, but it is spread through every nook and cranny of the population. It's a huge rejection of big government socialism. It's also a huge rejection of woke cultural transformation. And finally, it's a huge rejection of Joe Biden's agenda and his presidency. So I'll just say, save America. The cavalry's coming. And that's my riff for this evening.